Welcome on this episode of Living Green. We're at Barbara Garrett's garden here in Morristown, and we appreciate Barbara opening up her garden for us today. Barbara is a master gardener from Birmingham and moved up to Morristown a few years ago, and she's taken our master gardener program, and we appreciate her opening up her garden to us today. Thank you for having us, Barbara. First of all, we see this cherry tree right here has got some pretty major issues, looks like.
Well, this spring it didn't leaf out, Manny. It's a weeping cherry, and I love it. It's 15 years old. But I noticed that one side was not coming out as it has always done, and I thought maybe it was the maple on the other side of the fence that was slurping up all the goodie, and that was what was happening. But no, I think it's borers.
Okay, borers unfortunately are a pretty common thing, especially in cherry and birch, and we can kind of see when we see this tree that it's got some pretty major damage. There are some sprays for those of you, just as a tip, that you can spray on the trunks of trees that will help prevent borer damage, and you can talk to your extension office about that. One of the other trees I know that you're really proud of is your Carolina silverbell. Tell us a little bit about that. I know it's a native, which is always a great thing to plant natives.
I first saw Carolina silverbells in Birmingham along the roadway and in a shaded place, and I thought when they put out in the early spring, they're like red buds. They have these little white silver hanging down flowers all along the branch. I had to have one. Just had to have one.
If you've ever been around a Carolina silverbell, when it blooms, the fragrance will just blow you away, and every insect that's anywhere around will come find it as well.
The bees love it. They really do.
It's really an early bloomer and a great source of nectar for bees. I notice you have a new item in your landscape, a variegated Coosa dogwood. It's just been out a couple years. I know it's still small, but tell us a little bit about that one.
Well, I found it sort of by accident, and I looked down and I said, "What is that?" And they told me that it was a variety called wolf eyes. So when I talk to it, I call it Wolfie.
Every good gardener always talks to their plants and has them named.
You know why? Because if you get up close and personal enough to talk to them, you can see any damage.
There you go. Exactly. You can definitely see the insect and disease damage. I know another one of the plants that is definitely a favorite, and I know you've recommended it to several people to plant, and I've seen it. It's the water plant in several other places, is the Brackens brown beauty, Magnolia.
Oh my goodness, yes. It is hardy to minus 20 degrees. Not that I hope we don't ever get there again, but it's taller and narrower than the grandiflora or little Jim or some of those, and so you can fit it in a place that's can't handle a great big spreading tree.
Right, and they are really, really showy and a lot different than your kind of traditional big, huge southern magnolia, but great evergreen for the landscape. And our last tree in Barbara and Bob's Garrett's garden that we're going to talk about today is our purple smoke tree, and you can see when we show the pictures where it gets its name from.
I got that in a 1-gallon pot about 12 years ago, and I just loved it. It stays purplish all year round as opposed to some that turn green, and it has these fluffy puffs of smoke this time of year that you can see.
Right, you can definitely tell by the purple leaves and those little puffs of smoke where it gets its name from. So again, we appreciate Barbara hosting today on Living Green, and thank you for watching.